I'm at the house, and my brother like, "Hey, bro, you trying to go to Cali?" I'm like, "Go to Cali? What we gonna go to Cali for?" He like, "Man, I just caught a plug out there. You feel me? Or at least he say he a plug. I feel like it's worth going to go see." So I'm like, "Yeah, I bet. Why not? You feel me? Let's go out to Cali, cuz." You know everybody. You know my whole family.
The whole team.
Yeah.
100.
100.
Double salute.
Wildlife 100.
Wildlife 100.
I've been in the trap every day, I don't get much sleep.
Wildlife 100.
Something so real, so real, you can feel it in your knees. I need something like you, do you need someone like me?
What's moving, everybody? Hey, man, y'all already know what's going on. I'm back again with another crazy story. As y'all can see, I got my brother here with me, Chop. You know, for those of y'all who've been keeping up with this storytelling, y'all done heard his name a lot. You feel me? Today, we got the day my best friend sent me to jail for the unthinkable part 17. Straight up. Now, where we left off at was basically, it was my last day, right? It was my last day on the 7th floor. I ended up getting out eventually. But before I got out, they shipped my boy on to the prison, wherever prison that he was about to go to at that time. And we gonna get into that. I'm gonna finish where I left off at the end of his section of the video. So for everybody who been watching, man, I appreciate y'all for liking, sharing, subscribing, and all that like that. We got Chop in the building right now, you feel me? So hey, that day when you left the 7th floor, bro. You remember?
Yes.
When you
vividly.
left the 7th floor?
Yes.
Alright, so okay. So the way I told it was basically it happened abruptly. It happened like at nighttime or something. We
3
already
o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, like 3 o'clock in the morning. We felt it coming, but we wasn't just all the way sure when it was gonna happen type thing. You know what I'm saying? But he ended up getting shipped out at like 3 o'clock in the morning. That was the last time I seen my boy. So you wanna tell these folk like how it happened? Like
The process?
the process.
I'll break it down. For
sure.
So, what's going on, y'all? You know, tap in. So, basically, when you go to prison and you leave the county, you have to get shipped off to the diagnostic prison. So, that's what they didn't know. Exactly. You got to go to Jackson. That's what they don't tell. Yeah, they're not going to tell nobody because they don't want nobody, like, to attack the bus if you, like, a guy or, you know, one of the, you know, what Drake be saying, the guys or, you know, the little mean, whatever. But, yeah, so, boom. So, god dang, they come get me like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm knowing I'm gone. I got 15 to 12. I know I'm finna go to prison. You feel me? So I'm just getting mentally prepared. I'm just, you know, you go to talk to nigga. Hey, bro, you ever been there? But they got knives and stuff.
Yeah, trying to figure out.
You go to scratching your head, boy. You got, then you got the one in the corner. He ain't saying nothing to nobody because he done been there. You see what I'm saying? He really mad because everybody talking.
In diagnostic?
Now that this on the bus at
the
cab going to prison.
Headed to prison.
Yeah, like that's where it hit you. Like,
right.
Oh, I'm going to like jail where people died.
Right.
Like,
right.
But not from like natural causes. From like people
unaliving folks.
Is that unaliving them. So boom, we get to Jackson, and it's not okay.
At Jackson?
No, Jackson. If you know about Jackson State Prison, you know. I'm trying to tell you, it ain't no game. So boom, you go in there and you go in the pod where it's just
wait, so that makes sense though because Jackson is everybody go to Jackson for the most part. So you got some of the worst people and some of the most petty people coming to Jackson at the same time. They all coming in one prison. So that do make sense as far as it just be it's biting. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
So boom, once you get there, the first morning, as soon as you get off the bus, it ain't like the movies like, oh, line up and we're gonna beat your head in if you talk crazy to us. They tell you like, look.
Talking about the police?
Yeah, the police. As soon as you get off the bus coming from the county, hey man, you're about to get a bald head. That's why I was really looking like. You think I look like a vato now? I was really looking like Baby Joker.
Right, this is voluntary. This is a voluntary look right now.
Yeah, this voluntary. This off the wake up. See what I'm saying? So boom. So you get there and they shave it just off. Like you got the hair and you got your do-rag on. I told you. Listen, take the damn do-rag off. I know y'all want to see his hair, But whatever. It's cool. Me and him will talk about that later after this. So yeah, they shave your head and it's against the grain. It's ugly. It's not okay. It's not appealing. When you doing it, they make you feel like you this big.
Ain't no line up or nothing.
Nothing. You better have got a line up before you left, and you don't know when you leaving, so you hit either way. So boom, you can't use the phone. You see what I'm saying? Until like your name go through the system. So you can't eat. The food at Jackson Diagnostics Prison should be looked up and discriminated against.
Study.
Yeah, I was trying to find the right words. It wasn't coming out, but y'all know how I get. So boom, that's the problem. You couldn't eat. It was bad. It was.
You can't eat because the food just bad.
Yeah, like you can eat the food. Like I ate the food.
You allowed to eat, but
you gonna be hungry.
You don't want to eat.
If you ain't hungry enough, you won't eat it. Right. But if you hungry enough, you gonna eat it. So
what it was like? What you
goulash?
Oh, goulash. Hey, for those of y'all who don't know what goulash is, it's just a whole bunch of stuff in one.
Just
like say for instance, you got rice, beans, cabbage, grits,
bread,
and whatever. You just put it all in one, and they serve it like that. It's called goulash. That's what they call it.
So yeah, man, and I was there like the first couple days. It was kind of scary. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
It wasn't scary to the point where I was scared. It was scary to the point where it's like I don't know what's gonna happen.
Right.
Like in any given moment, something could pop. So when you at Jackson, you get your hair cut, you go to a pod, and then they put you in the pod there, and you waiting to get like diagnostic.
Looked at. And
yeah, whatever. Like you get looked at, and they determine on what prison you going to. And now while you waiting, it's either you gonna stay at Jackson or they gonna ship you off. I got lucky enough, 14 days, I'm out of there. Feel me? And the camp that I went to, luckily, I don't know how.
Nunan?
Yeah, I went to Nunan County Camp. If y'all know about Nunan County Camp, okay, like you can't smoke reefer. You know what I'm saying? But you can smoke cigarettes. They can't, no cell phones. You know what I'm saying? So,
like, I mean, you ain't supposed to have cell phones in jail, period. But it's like, it's more restricted, is what he's saying.
Yeah.
You know, so.
No tattoos.
Like with a regular prison, you'll be able to wag and get away with certain stuff, like getting a cell phone in there or getting tattoos, or stuff like that. Nunan was real close knit. Like it wasn't
It's a
none
county
of that.
camp.
Yeah, it's
a county camp is like they go outside. You feel me? Like they go outside to work. They're gonna pick up trash on the highway. Them people you seeing on the highway, like they be locked up. They be having on white and blue. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about, cause y'all probably done threw them some cigarette before. I know I didn't did. Free the real, free the real. But so like they get to go out, they get to and I wasn't feeling it, bro.
Yeah.
Like I just wasn't. I didn't like being there.
Look, yeah. All right. So I'm at the point in the story where I ended up getting out, right? Cause when I got out, he got shipped to prison. So after he did his diagnostic in Jackson, they shipped him to Nunan. Now, for those of y'all who know Georgia, Nunan ain't nothing but like an hour away from Atlanta. So we thinking it's sweet. All right, cool. You in Nunan, fool. I went up there. I gave him shoes. We exchanged shoes and all that like that.
Dang sure did.
We made sure, we came up there whenever we could, most of the time.
The sister was bringing faith.
His daughter was coming. It was just easy. But what happened?
I got with a big head, thinking like, oh, I don't want to be here. This is lame.
Man,
ain't
nothing
going
to go to
on.
prison for real.
Yeah, I wanted to go to real prison. Like,
that's crazy.
So I told them folks, man, ship me out of here. Really? Okay, this what happened. When you in jail, you emotional. Feel me?
Right.
So you make rash decisions. Like, you might cut somebody out. Me, I had the decision. This is what happened. Your sister called, and that's my daughter's mother. So boom. I called her.
Okay, so hold on. You can't just skip by that because we ain't told him that part yet. Oh. So listen, this Chop just so happens to be my sister's baby daddy, bro. He's my niece's daddy. You feel me? By my biological sister. We just all came up together for the most part.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They just so happen to be grown and try to and doing stuff aside from me or whatever like that. But
Nigga, she introduced us and we locked in. That's how it was. I literally was like, hey man, you little bro, we brothers.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
We was young. You know what I'm saying? But ever since then, it's just been that. You feel me? So for those of y'all, cause somebody did leave a comment a couple days ago, was like, damn, I thought Chop was your real brother. He is. But just not biologically. You feel me? We brothers by some kind of blood, but just by my niece's blood, if that makes sense to y'all.
I can go for that too.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that
So
makes sense.
so what you was saying then?
Yeah, so she told me she was gonna come see me. If you watching this, I know you remember. So she said she was gonna come see me, bro. And
My sister.
yeah, and she
Okay.
didn't.
Okay.
And
I think I
got so
remember that.
mad.
Y'all got into it about something.
Yep. I got so mad.
Damn,
and we
I slick
argued.
remember that. Yeah.
And the next weekend, she was like, I'm going to come see you. I'm going to come see you. And I was like, all right. And she didn't. And when she didn't, I was like, you know what? I got something for that.
So that was 2 weekends?
Like, one weekend, we got to arguing.
Yeah.
And then we talked through the week. And then that Saturday, she said she was coming. And she didn't come Saturday. She didn't come Sunday. Monday, I told them I wanted to leave that prison. Wednesday, I was out of there, and I was at Lee State Prison, 5 hours away. Stupid.
Wow. Crazy, bro.
Stupidest shit I did my whole bid. No lie.
Imagine that, fool. You an hour away from your entire family, for real, for real.
Mm-hmm.
and then what it was, that was an attitude?
Yup.
You got an attitude?
Caught an attitude.
And then catch an attitude and they ship him 5 hours away. All you had to do was tell him.
I don't care.
All you had to do was tell him.
Yup. I
That's
don't want to
it?
be here no more.
That's sweet. That's kind of crazy.
And then I went to a prison where they stab people
There it is.
and getting hit with locks and socks.
There it is. There it is. And that's what prison that was?
That was Lee.
Lee
That was
prison.
Lee State Prison.
You know where that's at?
That's in Albany.
Albany, Georgia.
Albany,
Man,
Georgia.
yeah, you
If
was
you're
out
from
there.
Albany, Georgia, I was at Leesburg. Lee State
They ain't
Prison.
they ain't like folks from the city out there,
They love folks from the city, man.
like the inmates.
The inmates, nah, we gonna stick to our own though.
Yeah.
If you ain't in the gang, you gonna be from Atlanta. If you from Atlanta, then you gonna still with the city niggas.
Right.
But if you take a liking to somebody, or y'all kicking it, like it's your buddy now, like if he country nigga, he a country nigga, but y'all cool.
Right.
You a city nigga, you a country nigga, y'all kick it. But
Right.
when something happen, you would have to put it aside. You know what I'm saying? Or stay out of it, go in your room, lock the door. Like me, I just go in the room, lock the door.
Right.
I want to read books. I done did too much fighting in the county, and then they like to stab you and stuff. I ain't with all that.
They like this you and stuff. Nah,
Yeah,
for sure.
Georgia. Yeah, I ain't.
Hey, all right. So, before we get up out of here, as far as with this half of the story, you want to tell these folks when you went to Lee,
Mhm.
what was the first thing that happened that kind of tripped you out?
The first thing that tripped me out when I went to Lee,
Yeah, the first thing that happened that might have tripped you out when you got there.
it was 5 people in the room. Well, it was 6 people in the room, and
In the room that you got to sleep in?
yeah,
Wow.
it was a closed door room. It was 6 people.
And it was closed?
Yeah.
Oh, that's that country stuff, huh?
I mean,
Folks was sleeping on the floor?
no, it was 3 bunks.
It was bunks? Oh, okay.
And then, like, it was a whole bunch of ants
Whole bunch of ants.
in my locker when I got there. I don't like ants.
You scared of ants?
I'll do.
Man, you don't go in on cut. Hey,
Hey, bro, don't be making fun. Listen, you can't make fun of nobody because of a phobia or something.
Bruh,
Like, don't be like that.
okay, if it's a phobia,
Bro.
but then you ain't got no damn phobia.
Man, listen, when I see an ant, I get to scratching and itching and
Even the
heaving.
black ones,
Man, it don't matter, man.
just ants.
I'm
period?
talking about it now. Got me scratching and
That's
itching my
crazy.
throat.
That's crazy. Well, I can't. I don't know if I can. Cause if we can just let you go on that one.
Well-
Like as far as the craziest thing.
Oh, well, I seen a Mexican hit a black boy with a lock in the shop because he took his phone. That was wicked.
Oh yeah, lock in the sock. That's literally when you put a lock inside a sock and hit somebody with it.
Wrap it up, put it around your wrist, so
Straight
it won't
up.
go nowhere when you hit them. And that Migo went to work. When you
Out here.
stealing though, when you stealing in prison, it's kind of like they let certain things let go, unless you go to Muslim. See, that's what a lot of niggas do. I don't know. What to
No,
say.
you good.
A lot of people go Muslim when they do wrong to their gang or they snitched or something, because Muslims, they take in anybody. When I got to Smith State Prison, now
So
that's
hold on, you went to Lee. How long you was at Lee?
like a year.
Like a year? Okay. Alright, so then we just look. We just gonna leave that there. You feel me? Cause Smith, I heard about Smith.
Smith was turned the fuck up.
I heard about Smith. Everybody in the county used to talk about Smith.
G1, G2.
They didn't want to go to Smith. So we'll leave y'all on that note. You know what I'm saying? As far as this segment of the story, man, if y'all want the Smith story or a Smith story from Smith, then y'all just write Smith in the comments. And hey man, appreciate y'all for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? Brought my boy Chop out. You know, he gave y'all a little insight on it, on as far as, you know,
Not going to jail. Don't go.
yeah, just don't go.
Don't
For real,
do
for
stuff, stupid stuff.
For real. Cause
Hey, tell me.
it be seeming like it be worth it sometimes. That junk don't be worth it, fool. On everything. It don't be worth it. Nine times out of 10, it's never worth it.
They gonna tell.
Then they gonna tell. Whoever you with gonna tell. For real.
He know. I told him.
Yeah.
He ain't listen.
Yeah, he told me not to trust them. You feel me? So yeah, you right. They gonna tell. But yeah, man. And we got told on by like by like 2-3 people.
Three
For real.
to be exact.
Cause the victim.
No, 4 people then, because the victim.
It was a girl. Big
2.
boy didn't tell.
He
Big
was-
boy didn't get a chance. He ran.
Oh.
Matter of
Well.
fact, that's where this story finna go to, because the end of part 16, I had walked in the gas station and I seemingly seen Big Boy, fool. He was turned away from me, but
Ooh, I probably would have hit him so hard.
hey,
I would have hit him so hard.
But
Bro.
hey, y'all tune in.
What?
Straight up. All right, so look, we back to regular scheduled programming. You feel me? I just had to bring Brian here, you know, let him get his depiction of what really happened. You know, that's really what took me so long to even drop another video, for real, because I know y'all be wanting Shawty to come through and he be busy, you know, so I caught him when he was able to come, and you know, just so y'all can get his side of the whole situation. You feel me? Like I told y'all, drop Smith in the comments if y'all want him to come back and talk about his first couple days at Smith or whatever like that. But we finna go ahead and continue this thing from part 16. Now this gonna be the finale of this series, right? After this series, I want y'all to just go look at how I became the plug, right? Because everything is gonna combine with that. You get what I'm saying? But where we ended off on part 16 on this one, bro, I just so happened to have walked in the gas station, right? I'm out of jail. I'm fresh out of jail, fool. It ain't been a couple weeks later or whatever the case. I don't remember how long it was. But I just end up walking inside the gas station, bro. And I look up. I might have been getting some Skittles or some M&Ms or something. I don't know what I was getting. You feel me? But it wasn't as important as what I seen. You know what I'm saying? I ended up looking up, fool, and I don't see Shawty's face, but from the back of his head and the back of his body and all that, bro, that looked like Shawty's silhouette. It looked like the getaway driver silhouette. You feel me? Now, if y'all been watching this series, then y'all know that it was a getaway driver. When I ended up getting locked up, the case that my best friend told on me about, it was a getaway driver. It was my best friend. It was my brother, and it was a chick that was involved. You know, that's 4 people. You know, plus me, 5. You know what I'm saying? The getaway driver, which his name is Big Boy. You know, I'm gonna always keep it gangster. You feel me? I ain't gonna put no smut on nobody's name if that ain't what it is. He wasn't in our paperwork. You feel me? He wasn't necessarily important at all. For real. The police didn't want him. He didn't never go talk to the police. But my whole issue with Big Boy was when my partner started acting different, you kind of chose sides. You get what I'm saying? Like, you knew that man was telling on me when he was telling on me, and you ain't never come tell me. You know what I'm saying? I thought we was all partners. You know what I mean? Like, what code is you following that you following this man, and you know he telling on me, and you ain't telling me that he telling? You know what I'm saying? You could have sat us down at the table or something. I don't know. But he ended up choosing sides. That was my gripe with Shouty, you know? So I ended up seeing him or seeing who I thought was him at the gas station, right? Everything looked like Shouty. Man, I ended up walking up on Cuz and I grabbed his shoulder, turned him around, fool, and it was an African. It was an African. It was a bad built African, man. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. It had the same body shape, same little braided dreads, all that. You feel me? It was some African guy though. You know what I mean? And when he turned around, I ain't gonna count. Luckily I scared him. You know what I'm saying? He was kind of fidgety, you know, because any other somebody who about that would have probably took it there with me. You know what I mean? And Lord knows I ain't need nobody to take it there with me. I'm just getting out of jail. You feel me? I done dodged a prison sentence. You know, I really ain't even supposed to have no contact with these folks at all. But I ain't gonna lie to you, fool. When after I left the gas station and I realized that wasn't him, I felt blessed because at the same time it was like, all right, now I don't have to demonstrate, you know, because at that point in time in my life, I had so much pride that I just felt like I had to demonstrate. And that's one thing about it, fool. Any young guys watching this or even older guys watching this, bro, pride ain't don't allow your pride to be bigger than your heart or your brain. You feel me? Straight up. Like, especially not your brain. Because some of that stuff that we do out of pride, bro, it just don't make no sense at all, bro. You know? And I was really gonna take it there because everybody knew I wanted that get back. And because everybody knew I wanted that get back, I felt in my mind that I had to deliver so everybody could look at me as the person who I wanted them to look at me as. You know what I'm saying? Like, Lil J, bro, I ain't never been no punk. I ain't never shied away from nothing. I always handle my business, you know? And I put that in the category of handling my business. It wasn't until I got older that I realized that wasn't nothing but pride. But it didn't stop there. When I left the gas station, bro, I was thankful that it wasn't Shouty because I didn't want to get into no type of trouble, no extra trouble or anything like that. You know, I didn't know if he would have told on me or not. He didn't tell the first time, but that's just because he fled, right? I don't know if them folk really came to him and put that pressure on him if he would have told. I don't know none of that, you know, so I was kind of thankful for that. But y'all know how y'all be sitting in the room, you know, a couple days later or something, and you just get mad all over again. That was one of them situations, cuz, on everything, cuz I wanted to catch Shouty, but I didn't want to catch Shouty at the same time. You know, I knew it would have been bad for my situation, but it would have been good for my mind. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. So, I was sitting at home one day, and I was just tripping, bro. I was just tripping in my brain, fool, and I just got mad, bro. I got mad, so I decided to hit these folks up on social media, straight up. I hit Big Boy and I hit Vontae. Vontae the one that really just told on me. I left the girl alone, you know what I'm saying? Like still in this whole series, I ain't said shout her name because she got kids now. You know, at the end of the day, women gonna be women. You feel what I'm saying? A woman always gonna slick tail and whether she do or she don't, they somewhat get that pass, you know, because they women. You feel me? Like we as men should know how much of our business we should allow any woman to be in. You know, so that was a bad move on my end. It was all a bad move on my end, to be honest with you. But these guys though, fool, like it was fair game with the men. You know what I'm saying? So I hit both of them up on Facebook or Instagram or something. I found their pages, and Big Boy hit me up, fool. Big Boy hit me up, and we actually had a conversation. It wasn't just the best conversation. Like I might have threatened him a couple times, you know, but he did reiterate to me that, like, bro, I ain't even tell on you. Like, it wasn't me. Like, I ain't got nothing to do with it. But my whole thing was, fool, you knew what was going on, though, you know? And I think Shawty might even say he didn't necessarily know what was going on, which I can see that, too, because Vontae was a little snake, bro. Now, looking back, he was a little snaky. You know, like, he did little stuff that just wasn't right. You know, like even when we was all friends, Vontae used to sneak behind Big Boy back and used to hit his sister. You know what I mean? Like it was just stuff that they made jokes or they laughed at with each other that really wasn't really funny. Cause I'm like, boy, if he would have did that to me, even back then, I'm like, boy, if he would have did that to me, boy, we would have had an issue. But if that his sister, if he alright with it, then cool. You know, I'm not looking at it like, this just Shawty just got a bad character. You know what I'm saying? So me and Vontae, me and Big Boy, we end up talking, chopping it up. It didn't really end too well, but I pretty much got my rocks off as far as, just getting my anger out or whatever like that. He was in Chicago. When he fled to Chicago, he stayed in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? And if he did come back down here, I never really seen Shawty again. And that's just that. That's just what it is. But Vontae, when I hit Shawty up, I soon found out, and I don't even remember how I found out. I think it was like a mutual female that we used to deal with. It was like his sister, but I used to actually deal with her. I hit her up because I'm like, yeah, Shawty ain't really hitting me back or nothing like that. You feel me? And she told me that Cuz been locked up. Cuz had been locked up for a little minute up until that time. Like it was like he got locked up right after I got locked up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, okay, I bet. Karma getting him different. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes vengeance ain't in your hands, fool. Sometimes you just gotta allow folks to fall to God's hands. It just is what it is. But if God would have gave me the leeway, if God would have put it in my way, in my spirit, in my mind, in my path, I would have went on ahead and took that route. He might have hit me back eventually, and he was kind of apologetic, but he wasn't necessarily trying to say he snitched or anything like that. You feel me? I guess he didn't want that on wax, but it was what it was. You feel me? I ain't never see Shawty again to today either. So I just let that be that. After that, man, I done got out of jail. I done tried to catch up with these folks. I done tried to tie my loose ends up. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here. I don't want to be out here free and ain't touch nobody, So I end up hitting them folks up. They ain't one responding the way I thought they were going to respond. They ain't even in the city. One of them in jail, one of them in Chicago. So I just decided to go on about my life. You feel me? At this point, I'm trying to be a rapper. That's what I want to do for real for a living. But I got to get a job, fool. I got to get a job because I'm trying not to sell tree, but that's really what I do. That's what I've always done since I was young. If you've been watching The Day I Became the Plug video, then y'all know I got in the game in like 9th grade. You know what I'm saying? I was doing other little stuff before then, but really getting into the game, I got in the game like 9th grade, and I ain't never really stopped until I ended up getting locked up. Now, y'all remember at the beginning of this series, before I got locked up, I had a lot going on. I had a block that was mine. We were all the way trapped out. You know what I'm saying? We had just hit the plug. We had everything we possibly needed and wanted. I ended up getting locked up. I get out and everything is stolen from me. Like them folks done hit me for everything, bro. Right up under my mama nose, cuz, straight up. The same guy that was riding with me the day I got locked up backdoored me, cuz, and he just so happened to be Vontae's little cousin. Crazy story, bro. So at this point, I'm just like, man, let me just try to get me a job, fool, because I'm trying to do right. So I ended up getting a job at Enterprise. I don't even know how they hired me, bro. For real, because at that point in time, they supposedly weren't hiring no felons. But I got through, The girl who I was dealing with at the time, she had did my paperwork for me as far as, filled out the application and all that stuff like that, because I ain't know nothing about no applications or anything like that. Remember, when I got locked up, I ain't know nothing about insurance on the car. I didn't know nothing about registration. I ain't know nothing about real life, period, for real. I was just making some money. Some under-the-table money, in the streets. That's all I really knew. So she filled out all my paperwork, and they ended up calling me in for orientation and hiring me, cuz. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't doing nothing but washing cars, but I did that to the best of my ability. On everything, straight up, fool. I was trying to go legit, cuz, on everything. I worked at Enterprise for maybe 3, 4, 5 years or something, trying to sit there and watch cars, bro. It wasn't until I remember the CEO came into town, or the CEO's wife or something like that, and my branch had ended up getting like branch of the month or something like that. Like we done sold the most cars or something like that. Mind you, I'm just a car washer. I'm not selling no cars. I'm just washing them. You feel me? But the CEO decided to take all us out for dinner. So me, I'm a businessman, bro. You feel me? Before I went out to dinner with them folks, because we had like 2 hours to get ready for dinner, I went all the way home to the east side. Mind you, this my location was all the way on the north side by Buckhead. I raced all the way home to the east side, went and got me a button-up shirt because the clothes that we used to wear as car washers was like this gray little quarter button-up shirt, and we wear any pants, any shoes. You know, I ain't want to look dirty coming to dinner. So I went to the house, got me a full button-up, got me some slacks, some I might have put some Pradas on or something like that. You know, I don't know. I just tried to look presentable because at this point in time, I felt like I had been working with them for a good amount of time, and I'm trying to get some more money. I'm trying to get into a better position, right? So, man, I sit down with the CEO and all that, and I'm the only car washer there that's suited up. You feel me? That look like one of the front end employees. You know, the people that actually sell the cars, because you know they gotta wear a suit every single day. So I'm looking like one of them. You feel me? Because I'm thinking maybe if I look a certain way, the CEO will look at me in a certain way, right? She won't look at me as a car washer. Mind you, it was a woman. She won't look at me as a car washer, right? We sitting at the lunch table, and I don't remember where she took us at. It was some nice restaurant. But my manager just started bragging on me. Like, yeah, he's one of the best car washers. You know, he makes sure we get it done, get this done. He makes sure the turnaround times is good. And mind you, when I worked at Enterprise, I also used to go steal the cars back. You feel me? Like if somebody used to try to run off with a car, fool, I go. My manager would send me or drive me to the location and give me the spare key, and I have to ride off in that thing. You feel me? Like really steal the car back. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, yeah. It was a couple crazy missions for real. You know, especially being on the north side, bro. Like we serviced Evander Holyfield. We serviced a whole bunch of people. You know, like everybody used to come to that certain enterprise. So he bragging about me at the lunch table, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's what's up. You feel me? So I asked the CEO straight up. I'm like, yeah. So how I get in the office? You know, because I think I'm ready to step it up. Cause I'm trying to wear the suit, man. I'm trying to sell the cars at this point in time. You feel me? But the cars really sell themselves at Enterprise. It's just, you know, you just gotta man the ship. So man, the CEO looked at me in my face, fool, and told me straight up. She said, "Hey, if you ain't got no diploma in this, and that, and something else, then you're not getting in the front office. That's just what it is." And that crushed my whole little plan, cuz. And but in a good way, right? Because at that point it was like, all right, let me stop investing so much time and so much energy into this enterprise thing. You know, like they ain't finna rock with me. I'm sure not finna go to school. So I gotta figure this out, you know? So I dove into music that much harder. You know, I started doing open mics every weekend until I finally did the biggest one ever, bro. Zaytoven was there. Future walked in and out the room. I pulled out 100 people, cause mind you, I just got out of jail. You feel me? Everybody knowing what I went to jail for, and they knowing what I stand for. So you know, that's power. You know, folks is gonna rally behind you if they know you really own that, especially if you rapping about that. You know, and we did this big show, bro, at a spot called Sephora Lounge. Zaytoven was there. And that was the show that changed everything for me. Mind you, I'm still going to Enterprise every single day. You know, at one point in time, I was sleeping in my car, bro. I drove a 1995 525 BMW. I used to sleep in that thing sometimes. You feel me? Trying to make this music thing work. I ain't want to be at home with my mama. I didn't want to stay home. I wanted to hustle. You feel me? So I'm doing these shows. That Sephora show hit. I bring 100 people out. I wake up the next morning, bro. I got 200, 300 friend requests on Instagram. Folks is hitting me up. That's when I signed my first contract in investor and management. I signed my first management contract and investment contract, or it might have been all in one. That's when I first started getting recognized. But mind you, I'm still going to Enterprise, fool. I'm still staying in the projects, still, you know, because at the end of the day, this music ain't paying. Like all this screaming that going on right now, it wasn't like that a couple years ago. You feel me? Like folks wasn't getting paid off of their screaming so easily as they are now. You know, the internet wasn't just as predominant as it is today. You feel me? So I'm still waiting on somebody to come save me. Straight up. So I'm going to work every single day until I start trapping, bro. I'm like, man, forget it, bro. Like, I gotta do something. You know, like this music thing. I'm getting a lot of notoriety, but it ain't paying me the way I needed to pay me. Enterprise, they only paying me like $10 an hour or something like that. You feel me? It wasn't too much that I could work with. So I saved up a couple of my checks, bro, and I did what I know best. I did what I know how to do best, bro. And I locked the trap down, cuz I bought me a whole thing and I started working that thing. You feel me? But I just tried to make it work for me, right? Because I did it in a way where I was gonna make it work for me. Because now I'm on the north side. I go to work every day on the north side of Atlanta. Now, anybody that know the north side of Atlanta, Buckhead, all that whole area is money. It's money everywhere. You feel me? You got Africans, you got Mexicans, you got white people, you got black people, and everybody smoke tree, cuz. Straight up on everybody. So I started on the outside. You know what I mean? Certain gas stations, y'all already know what's going on. I'll post up at the gas station on them folk. You feel me? And plus, I ain't have nowhere to go, bro. I was pretty much homeless. I was living out my car, riding around with that stuff on me. So I post up at the gas station. I build my clientele like that. One day, bro, at Enterprise, and I ain't gonna say no names because I think they still deal with Enterprise. Somebody came up to me and was like, "Hey, bro, you know where the tree at?" I guess they could smell it on me, or I guess they just I had that vibe at that point. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, I do. You know, because I used to talk to Shawty all the time. You feel me? Like I felt like he was trustworthy. You know, so I'm like, yeah, I know where it's at. At the first two couple plays, I was like, I made it seem like it was a third party thing. Like I'll go get it for you and bring it back. You know, but after a while, I trusted it. So I just let him know, like, hey, yeah, I got it. This what's going on, all this and all that. So he like, all right, bet. Well, I know a couple other people on the north region of Enterprise who smoke. So I'm going to put you on with them also. I said, oh, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So before you know it, bro, I was controlling the whole north region of Enterprise, bro. Like, anybody who needed something was coming to me. In that realm, you feel me? Anybody who needed tree was coming to me, cuz now I'm coming to work a little late, you know. Sometimes, mind you, I'm still doing shows on the weekends, trying to get my name out there. You feel me? As far as on the music, but I'm coming to work a little more late because I'm making a little more money, you know. Or I might just show up just to serve whoever I need to serve, you know, and get on up out of there. Sometimes I might come to work late or leave early, you know. I was just kind of doing what I wanted to do at that point. These folk that already told me I wasn't never gonna scale up, so I'm like, all right, it is what it is. I gotta make my own way. I remember one day I was at Enterprise and I was in the middle of serving one of the employees, right? And the police pulls into the Enterprise, bro. And not just any police, bro. It was like the special unit police, fool, on everything. Mind you, I'm in the back washing the car, well, acting like I'm washing the car, serving one of the employees. He pulled through and he pull out. And everybody, when I walk inside of the main building at Enterprise, I'm watching my manager and everybody look at the police officer, bro, because this is unlikely for the police to pull in Enterprise and pull out and just kind of stake out Enterprise, because that's what he was doing. When he pulled out, he didn't leave. He staked it out like right there on the same street. He was just sitting there. So when I walk inside the Enterprise, my manager like, look at the police. I don't know who he here to talk to or anything like that. You feel me? So I'm like, I don't know who he want to talk to neither. As I'm talking to my manager, I pull my phone out my pocket, bro. Tell me why I got 2-3 missed calls from my PO, fool. I'm like, I know this ain't my PO pulling up to my job, cuz. You feel me? So I'm noticing my manager sitting there talking to me like, yeah, I'm finna go out there and see what's going on and all that. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, bro, the likelihood of him being out here, it gotta be for me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I told my manager, I'm like, listen. You want me to just go out there real quick and see what's going on? You feel me? I was just finna head out there anyway. You know what I'm saying? So he like, yeah. See what's going on real quick. I'm like, all right, bet. You feel me? I got you. So I go outside, bro. He's parked like a little bit across the street now. So I go outside and I go to the window. I'm like, bro, what's up, fool? Come to find out it's my PO. You know what I'm saying? I done seen him before at this point, so I know who he is. So when I get close up on him, I'm like, bro, what's up, fool? Like, he like, bro, you wasn't picking up the phone. I was just coming to see if you work where you really worked at. I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm here. You didn't see me back there washing no cars? I'm like, bro, you can't be pulling up on me like this, fool. They don't know. These folk don't know I'm a felon. You know what I'm saying? They don't know this. Mind you, I got a whole half a thing in my car. I don't need you coming around here, period. You feel me? Straight up. So he like, all right, I know it's cool. I just wanted to see if you weren't picking up the phone. If you weren't over here, then we would have had to put a strike or put a warrant out for you or something like that, you know? So I just had to see you. Now that I see you, it's all good. You feel me? So I'm like, all right, bet. I actually had a cool PO. So I'm like, all right, bet. I appreciate it, fool. Like, please don't come back through here. So he like, yeah, I got you, bro. Just make sure you be where you say you gonna be at. Fast forward, bro. A couple months later, I'm at the house, and my brother like, hey, bro, you trying to go to Cali? I'm like, go to Cali? What we gonna go to Cali for? He like, man, I just caught a plug out there. You feel me? Or at least he say he a plug. I feel like it's worth going to go see. So I'm like, yeah, I bet. Why not? You feel me? Let's go out to Cali, cuz. Straight up. Mind you, I had to go to work the next day. But simultaneously, bro, in that same day, because I missed work that exact day. I didn't go to work that day, and I had to go to work the next day. But the day that I didn't go to work, my brother, my manager called me and he said, hey, somebody just came up here looking for you. They say it's a producer, right? It's a producer, and they heard your music. They want to link with you. They left a number here. So I'm like, oh, that's what's up. You feel me? At this point, my manager, he on board now. He see what's going on. You know, he know I wanted to a bigger position in enterprise, and he realized it when I started slacking off a little bit. He knew what I had going on for the most part, you know, besides the tree selling. But as far as the music, I told everybody what I had going on with the music. I remember I was on Battlegrounds. That's a platform on the radio down here in Atlanta where they play your song and you battle against another indie artist. Man, I had everybody in Enterprise calling and voting for me on Battlegrounds, you know, so everybody was already on board with me as far as, you know, where I wanted my career to go as far as music. So he gave me the producer's information, and the next day came, and I'm like, man, forget it. I ain't going to work at all. You feel me? Like forget this. We finna go to Cali. These producers is calling for me. I don't even think I ever even called the producer. Because within that same week, I ended up running into Money Man, bro. I ended up running into Money Man and started going on tour with him. It was crazy, bro. I'm talking about this was all in like the same two weeks or something like that. But before we went on that run with Money Man, we ended up going to California, bro. When we went to California, we ended up catching a plug. The plug was really who he said he was, cuz. And that's a crazy story within itself also. But listen, we ended up catching the plug, and I ain't never go back to Enterprise again, bro. The next time I went back to Enterprise, I pulled up in a drop top BM, and I was basically dapping everybody up, letting everybody know, hey, man, I'm proud of y'all. They let me know they proud of me. You know, they seeing what's going on social media and all that like that, and it was up from there, cuz, on everything. But listen, this the finale to my best friend sent me to jail for the Unthinkable Part series. You know, now y'all go follow the day I became the plug series, cause I'm gonna meet where we just left off on that series soon. You feel me? But bro, it's a lot that went on after that point. When we met the plug, we took this jump worldwide almost. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, that's really how it got me to where I'm at today. That's really how I got my mindset to where I'm at today and all that like that, man. Make sure y'all tap in. Man, first of all, I appreciate everybody who has been tapped in. I love y'all for life and has been patient with me and all that. Like, y'all some real ones, cuz, on everything. I know keeping y'all waiting for some of these part series be kind of, you know, be kind of aggy, you know, but in a good way, I hope, you know, but I know it be kind of aggy, you know, because I even don't like waiting for the next part of something, you know, but it's always worth it when it does come around, and I appreciate y'all because y'all always show up, you know what I'm saying? But, hey, man, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, and y'all make sure y'all go follow the series, The Day I Became the Plug, And until next time, man. 100.